You must protect yourself because you love yourself. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. You cannot give what you do not have. Meaning to say, you've got to love yourself. Because unless you love yourself, you won't be able to love God or others. It's impossible. So you need to learn to love yourself. And one way of loving yourself is protecting yourself from abuse. Very, very important. Now, some of these toxic people abuse you, and you need to put your foot down and say, I will not tolerate this abuse. It's very hard to interact with toxic people in my life, especially because they are my family. In this situation, is it really okay to cut them off? To what extent is it acceptable to tolerate the toxicity before I have to distance myself from people? I believe that you need to differentiate between abuse and annoyance. That's the first step. Understanding that there is a difference between abuse and annoyance. Abuse is either verbal abuse or emotional abuse or physical abuse. And you should be able to say no to that. People treat us the way we allow them to treat us. Understand that principle. So if you are being abused right now and it's been going on, that's because you have allowed them to abuse you. And for them, so you've got to make a decision now and say, and be able to clearly communicate this. I will not tolerate that kind of abuse anymore. You've got to be strong about that, especially if they live with you. You just have to say no more. If you do it again, this relationship is over. And you've got to make that decision. Now, what if it's annoyance? Annoyance is not abuse. This is the irritation, and it comes from weakness and so on. But there is no abuse. If there is no abuse but annoyance, the response is one of forbearance. Because let's admit it, we also annoy other people, and we also have our own weaknesses. And so when you accept your own weaknesses, you accept the weaknesses of other people. Annoyances are actually opportunities to grow in patience and kindness and love and forgiveness. So as long as you're able to know the difference, okay, very, very important. And I'm not giving easy answers here. And some of these things you may need someone else to give you wisdom on that. And so please do call our counselors. We have a pastoral care ministry that you can call up through Messenger. But very, very important. Understand the difference between abuse and annoyance, and then respond in the right way. What can I do to show them love when they are not willing to accept it? Again, two answers. Number one is I really believe that if you try to love them and they do not accept that love, it's either you find another way of showing love, maybe using that person's love language. But if people still reject your love, that's it. You've tried your best. You can step backward and say, Lord, I've done what I believe I should do, and I'll keep on praying for them. They don't want my help. They don't want my love. I'll just keep on praying for them. And I won't, the burden is not on my shoulder. I bring that before the Lord, and I say, Lord God, I pass this burden because I've done all I can. So when you understand that there is a line, a boundary line that you do not dare cross, meaning to say there is just some things that you cannot control. And if there are some things that you cannot control, the response is to let go. The response is to surrender to God. Because at the end of the day, only God can change people. God bless you. Thank you for watching Soul Food. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send your questions over. I hope I can answer them. You can send them through video or just write on the comments section. Thank you so much. This is Bo Sanchez for Soul Food. Always crave for more.